Okay, that's the tickets paid for. But how am I going to pack hand luggage? And I need a bunch of tools for volunteering. What am I going to do? Okay, so for a trip like this, you need to forget about fashion and runway. I'm about to unveil some of the most practical and unexpected things that you need for a trip like this. So what does it take to dress for conservation, volunteering and the wild side of Malawi? Well, the clothes that I'm packing aren't just for fashion pieces, they are a testament to the climate that I'm going to be in, to being able to be comfortable as well as being very resilient to the type of weather that I'm going to be experiencing. Now Malawi is experiencing its dry season right now, which is I believe from April to October. So it's going to be very hot, it's going to be very dry heat, so we need to pack the right things for the type of weather. But more about that later. So I have travelled pretty much all my trips except for one, which was South Africa, with this mini suitcase. As you can see here, it's gone from being in Paris to Budapest, even it survived New York at least 3 times, going through customs, as well as North Carolina, as well as with a personal bag of my choice. But now, as you can see, it is starting to fall apart. The wheels aren't looking as great, even though it's quite a little bit durable, but it's not as strong as I want it to be, especially for traveling for at least 14 hours on the plane. So out with that bag, in with this new one. So here I do have the Skyflight carry-on case, and you can see more about this case in my previous video, which I'll link up above for you to watch, but stick to this video for now and watch that one later for me. So just a quick reason why I bought this case is because it's more sturdy than the other one, and it's also a bit more organised, so I can be a bit more organised with what I'm taking. So we have this case, but what am I actually going to pack? So this is what I'm taking with me. Over the past few years, I've done a varied amount of packing techniques, how much of each item I should take, and the big question every time someone packs for holiday is whether to use the fold or roll method. But listen, my advice is to do either, to be honest with you. It just depends where you're going and what you're doing on your holiday, and it depends on the type of items you've got. So if you've got very more loose, very easily creased items, then I would go with the roll method than the fold method. But if you've got something that's a bit more durable, like a pair of jeans, then I'd go for the fold method. However, for me this time round, I am going to be doing a mixture of both, and I'm going to be turning this into this. So these are the items that I'm going to be packing into my suitcase. So as we can see, I'm taking 3 pairs of trouser shorts. So these are trousers where you can just unzip around the knee, and then obviously the crate shorts, which I found really helpful for when I was in South Africa. So I think it would be helpful again for when I'm in Malawi. I'm also taking 1 jumper just for the cold evenings and the cold mornings. It's also important to wear a long sleeve as well, just to prevent being bitten by any sort of bugs or ticks. And then I'm also taking a pair of walking boots. Now I recommend taking sensible footwear for wherever you are going. So as you have seen, I've packed certain items, but why did we get here in the first place? Well, we have to pack for function and style over not packing for an outfit per se. So for me, instead of picking outfits, here are 3 pieces of criteria I follow personally, and I think you should as well for the next time you are packing to go on holiday. So first is the weather. Is the item that you have chosen suitable for the weather and for the climate you are going to be in? So as we can see here in Malawi, it is going to be mainly sunny, 3% chance of rain, between 12 Celsius in the morning to high peaks of 28 to 29 Celsius, so it is going to be really hot. My next piece of criteria is the activities. Can the item that you've picked be used for multiple activities or just for one? Obviously this doesn't really count if your holiday is something that's very specific, like skiing. And finally, my last piece of criteria is, does the item, feel nice on you? So for example, does it make you feel good? There's no point packing an item that you like the look of if it doesn't make you feel good. So when you see a lot of trends of what to wear on holiday, you should be wearing this piece of item or that piece of item. And you might like the look of it, but when you try it on and if it doesn't make you feel good, don't bother packing it because you're just wasting space in your luggage, especially if you're taking just hand luggage as well. So make sure that each item that you do pick, you feel good about, and it sounds a bit like Marie Kondo, so maybe she helped that piece of ice there after all. So when it comes to packing underwear and socks, I think everyone goes by this rule of thumb is that you pack enough for how long you're staying for, plus an extra pair or two to be safe. For me, it's going to be difficult with just hand luggage, so I'm going to be packing for 8 days plus an extra pair. And a tip that I really recommend is that if you're staying in a hotel or a B&B, make sure that it has some sort of laundrette nearby, or if the hotel offers a laundry service. If you're staying at B&B, make sure it does also offer a laundry service, or if you're in a self-catered one, that it has a washing machine and tumble dryer. If you don't have access to either of them, that is okay. You can order laundry sheets, and all you do is you need to rip up a little bit of laundry sheet, add it into a sink, and you can wash your clothes that way. This is something that I might actually pack into my suitcase just as a backup. So let's get on with packing some other items. So I am packing 6 tops with me, and all of these tops are a range of earth tones as well as light colours. It's been advised not to wear blue or dark colours because this will attract testy flies. So I recommend, if you're going to places in southern Africa, for you to wear light colours as well as khaki browns and greens. Next, I am packing 3 shirts. So this is going to be something that I wear in the evenings where I can just change out my work clothes, as well as on weekends where we'll be relaxing, and any sort of occasion that we might need to when I'm in the capital again. Next, I'm taking 3 pairs of trousers, and with these they do turn into shorts like I said before. So here we just have a zip that just goes around the knees, and then it'll be turned into shorts when it gets a bit too hot for the day. Since I went to South Africa, I've been using these packing cubes, and they are quite convenient when it comes to packing all of your belongings in. And these I did buy off Amazon, but I have been using them ever since when I've been on holiday. But at the time I did buy these and I placed them in a very large suitcase. That's the only time where I've taken a large suitcase on holiday with me. So I will probably choose a variety of sizes to fit into my small carry-on bag. And another reason why I recommend having packing cubes is most of them that I've seen do have a mesh cover, so you can see what's inside each bag. And also, if you're going to store any liquids, especially if you're storing liquids in a large suitcase to go in underneath the plane, if it bursts or leaks, it's protecting your clothes, and so when you're at the other side on your holiday, you don't have any spoiled clothes. So when it comes to packing with cubes, I like to categorize them into tops, bottoms, underwear and socks, nice tops, and anything else that I need. Or if you have your own method, you can comment down below, as I'd love to hear it from you. So the reason why I've done the fold method and not the rolling method or the Marie Kondo sort of method is because these packing cubes are shallow, so it's just easy to have them folded. But I know what I've got in each one, and what I can also do as well is you can just add your socks and underwear just to fill them out a bit more. That helps save more space in your luggage, and just simply click them together, and there we go. Now, I need to tell you a little bit of a confession. So these socks that he's shown you, they are from Amazon, and I don't really like buying from Amazon, to be honest. Majority of my clothes that I have, so the trousers, I did buy from Mountain Warehouse, and I've had them since 2019. Same with these socks, bought them off Amazon from 2019, but here's the difference when it comes to being eco-friendly and eco-conscious, is that I've been wearing these pretty much every winter here in the UK since 2019 to now, as these are the perfect socks for both winter and summer. So if you are going to be wearing boots or a walking sort of shoe for the whole day, I recommend these because these do keep your feet nice and cool in the summer and nice and warm in the winter. Also, my other tip is to wear your bulkiest items on the plane. So that is your thick jumper, a coat, boots, and let me go show you what I'll be putting on my feet. So these are the boots that I'll be taking to Malawi. I've not worn them since I went to South Africa because of how kind of bust the laces went. So I bought some replacement laces from Mountain Warehouse to change. I'm going to explain why I decided to buy these boots and not some other type of boot to wear. So I had worn these when I was in Spain as well as in South Africa, and they are very comfortable to wear. I didn't find that my feet were getting overly hot in them, so having the right socks and the right boot, my feet felt very comfortable. So when I was in South Africa, I just wore boots and sliders, and I did have a pair of trainers as well. And I think I'm going to do something similar. So I'm going to wear my boots on the plane and pack my sliders and a small pair of trainers in my bag as well. This did work last time, so I'm hoping it'll be fine to do the same this time round. The reason why I'm taking sliders is because it was easy to wear when you're going for a shower and you don't want to put your boots back on, so having sliders or even sandals is just much better when you're just going for a shower compared to having boots, in my personal opinion. But speaking of being in a shower and showering, let's go and see what I'll be packing for my toiletries. So when it comes to packing toiletries, I'm only be taking a small amount with me, and I'm going to be buying some whilst I'm at the airport, just for more convenience of space, as well as I need some other things which I won't be able to fit in a bag that you get provided by security. I would take my own bag, but I don't have one. My last one broke and I don't want to be buying another one just for the purpose of this one holiday. So firstly, I am taking my Bulldog moisturizer. So this does include SPF 15, and I think it's best to have a moisturizer that has a sun cream in it rather than applying sun cream to your face, as you'll just feel a bit greasy, a bit so by having a moisturizer with SPF in it, it can be much better for your face, and your face will thank you for it. This also includes aloe vera, so it will help you with your skin being protected from the sun and from UV waves. My second product is this. So this is Sensi, and I bought this online. It did cost me a little bit of a fortune. It's £21, but it is from a small company in Cornwall, and this is going to be my sun cream basically. So it is all 100% natural, and it's packed in a cardboard tube, and all you have to do is just twist the bottle, push it a little bit up, and you warm it in the palm of your hands, and then it should become soft and easy to rub on your body. And then once I have applied my sun cream, I'm going to be applying some Trek repellent. So you need some bug repellent for whilst you are traveling in places like Malawi. So this is 50% Trek, sorry, not 50% Trek, 50% DEET. And this will help for mosquito repellent as well as any other bugs. So this does have a 6-hour protection. And I've had something very similar before when I was in South Africa, and that helped me perfectly fine. However, it was not mosquito season, and so we shall see what it's going to be like in Malawi. So this you just spray basically on your arms and any sort of skin that is going to be exposed to the elements. So that's going to be all my toiletries for you. So when I'm going to be at the airport, I'm going to be buying a bar of soap as well as some toothpaste, just so that it's obviously, I definitely need them, and it saves up on space. And I'm not sure how big the plastic pouch you're going to receive from the security is going to be, because if I do pack my own, I feel like having those 2 extra items is going to overflow, and I'm going to have to get rid of some items, which I obviously don't want to do. So I think it's just best just to buy those items at the airport once you've gone past through security, and having the essentials with you. So if you're in a similar predicament such as I am, I would definitely get yourself an actual clear little bag. But I didn't want to buy one because a lot of them I'd seen in the shops, they had already fillable pots inside of them, and I already have those at home, so I just didn't want to be buying more plastic for the sake of buying plastic, and also it's just wasting resources as well. But I will be packing a toothbrush with me, just to clarify on that note. So finally, I have some essential items, and these items are obviously essential for me, and if you're going to be doing something that's very similar to me, I recommend taking these with you. So the first thing, which is very important, is having a first aid kit. Now, I bought this mini first aid kit from Boots for just £13, and I think this is a vital bit of kit that you definitely need, as you don't know what's going to happen. And I also recommend packing some paracetamol and some ibuprofen as well, just in case. And a second vital bit of medicine that you do need to take is your malaria tablets. Again, I got these from Boots, and you can have a variety of malaria tablets. The person who's dealing with you, they'll go through the different types of tablets and options you can get, and they do vary in price because they vary in the product, as they're made by different companies, brands. And so I decided to go with the most expensive malaria tablets, as they had the least effects when consuming them, as well as you only need to take 2 before you land in the country, and then 7 weeks after you've been to the country as well. There was another option which was half the price of these ones, so these cost me £70, and the cheaper options were £38. But the cheaper options, you had to take them 4 weeks after you landed, and I didn't really do that. Also with those ones, it did cause gastro problems, as well as making your skin much more weaker, which meant that you'd burn more easily as well. And that's something that I didn't want to risk being in Malawi. So I think it's always best to go for the ones that have the least amount of effects on you. And obviously the usual, a hat and some glasses. I'm not sure if I'm going to be taking these ones, but they're the ones I had close to mind right now. I did have a safari hat, but I can't find it at the moment, so I might just take a nice cap instead, which isn't too bad. And I did buy this cap specifically for Malawi as well, so I think I'm going to definitely take this with me. And then finally, 2 more things. A bullet journal. So obviously you can take your own journal if you do like journaling. However, if you're going on some sort of research experience, or even if you're just going somewhere that's full of wildlife and you want to document your own time, I recommend getting a journal book. This one is a bullet journal, and it's also quite flexible, so it's going to be easy to write notes. And I also recommend packing pencils and not pens. Pencils will last you a long time compared to pens. Even if you take 3 pens, they might run out, they might dry up, 1 pen might not be working, so it's just best to take the pencils and the sharpener. Finally, again, this is for any of the conservationists, anyone who is interested in the local wildlife. I recommend taking some pocketbooks. So again, I've taken these to South Africa, and it's also quite handy because this one in particular, this animal tracking one, comes with a, let me show you, a ruler on the back, so you can measure the footprints as well. So those are the essential items that I'm going to be taking, as well as the vlogging camera, which I'm using right now, and my DSLR camera. Again, I mentioned those items in the previous video, so again, if you want to check that out, the video will be up here for you to watch. Finally, I will be taking a pack of playing cards as well as a book. Because we are such in a remote location, it's been advised to take some sort of entertainment with us, so I am going to be taking that with me. We do have a head torch, but I'm not sure if the head torch is working correctly, so I might pack that as well if need be. I'd also recommend packing a power bank as well as an adapter. Luckily that I'm going to Malawi, they do use the British 3-tongue socket, which is what we use. and so I don't have to buy myself an adapter again. You can buy these adapters now where they have multi-change functions in them, so you can just buy one adapter and it will change for you. And another tip on top of that as well is that just buy the one adapter and take an extension cord with you, which might have like 4 plugs on it and maybe 2 USB slots. That way then it's easy to charge multiple items depending where you are going. So let's see if me packing my stuff fits in my case and if it was a success. So I'm not going to be packing everything into this case right now, as I still need to use a few things. However, that side fits pretty nicely, pretty well. And then here we'll have those 2 little cubes. And there we go. So I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, please click the like button. And if you want to stick around for my Malawi adventure, hit the subscribe button down below. If there's any other advice that you want, please leave a comment as I will answer them for you when I have the means to. And thank you again for watching this video, and I shall see you in the next one.